language and context by Van Dyck. There was a very important question that had to be answered. The first one was how much human mind is unique and shared, and how mind makes sense of the world using personal and social knowledge. And this question was answered. And how human mind makes sense of the world around using different mental processes that have social and cognitive grounds. That have social and cognitive grounds. So before going into details of language and context, let me ask you one small question. What is your opinion of context? And what do you mean by context?
So the context to definition
what is yours?
According to Van Dyck.
Not according to Van Dyck. What is yours? This book, he gives an argument, and every argument starts with an assertion, and his two assertions are: nature of context is very weak and underestimated in previous literature and previous studies. This is number one. It's very vague, meaning ambiguous, and underestimated in previous studies. This is his one claim or assertion. The second one is context acts as an interface between social situations and discourse that is produced. Context acts as an interface between social situations and discourse that is produced. These are two claims given by Van Dyck in his book, Language in Context. And his supporting claims are that of the exact wording of Van Dyck. By so far, in his book he says that, by so far, there is not a single monograph that offers an integrated theory of notion of context. He says that there is not a single monograph that offers an integrated theory of notion of context in humanities and social sciences. I would like to develop an integrated multidisciplinary theory about the context. So he gives two assertions, and then he supports his assertion by saying that there is not a single monograph that contains a comprehensive integrated model of context. So the background of this book is that ideas have moved from formalist to context-based analysis. From formalist to context-based analysis. The context of text is related to something outside the text, which is somehow influencing the meaning and interpretation of the text. In the very first chapter, he introduces that there can be linguistic context, there can be context in psychology or psychological context, there can be actual sociological context. It's basically co-text. I mean the sentences that are coming before the sentences and that are after the sentences. And psychological context means we see the mental situation of a person in which he or she or they are producing something. I mean, we see the mental condition of something. In the discourse of death or different from the discourse of marriages, because there is a mental or psychological situation for it. Different discourses are there. Discourse of anger is different from the discourse of happiness. And there is also a sociological context, means the the situational context. Sociological context means what? Situational context means the time, place, locality. That is important when you produce your speech or you interpret someone's speech. And one is the philosophical context. Means everything that happens in the society can be explained in philosophy. Can be explained what? In philosophy. Why humans become angry, why you become happy, discourse differently. If you sit with students of philosophy, even they will explain the current situation, even the economic situation, the economic deterioration of Pakistan into philosophical terms. अगर मुल्ला के पास चला जाए तो वो आपको बताएगा कि हम नमाज नहीं पढ़ते इसलिए हमारी कंडीशन है, वो नहीं, वो हर एक चीज को उधर ही लेके जाएगा, है या नहीं है? About 2,100 hits when searched on Google. It is there. When I search on Google, means how many were the hits? More than 2,100 hits. I mean, how widely it has been explained. But still he says, what is explained? That it is explained so narrowly. It is explained so. Corpus analysis, the analysis of collocation, determines that it is associated with meaning. As context is associated with what? Meaning. Wider global and cultural dictionary defined it as context, conditions, circumstances, group or string of words that surround a particular word. That surround what? A particular word. 3,428 books, titles and 5,004 articles that feature the term context has been checked. For his study, he says, and 3,428 books he checked and 5,104 articles that feature the term context has been checked. Means event model में कौन आके आते हैं? Who or the participant and the role of the participant? Time, place and setting. This lecture is an event. This lecture is an event. Context model means the mental model. जो कुछ आप मलाला के बारे में बता रहे थे वो situation से उसका ताल्लुक. So he explained context as a situational model. He explained context as a mental model. इसमें एक लिस्ट दी है कि कॉन्टेक्स्ट की कैरेक्टरिस्टिक क्या हो सकती है.